You might recall these footages from the 2015 Paris attacks, when people all around the world were staring, incredulous, at the capital of France hit at its heart, through the eyes of social media.
But why are we glued to our phones and computers when a tragedy strikes?
Well, let's step back a bit. Jürgen Habermas, sociologist and philosopher in the tradition of critical theory and pragmatism, defined public sphere as a realm of our social life in which something approaching public opinion can be formed. He defined newspapers and magazines, radio and television as the media of the public sphere of that time. Participatory websites like Facebook, nowadays, could be seen to the reviewers of the public sphere as they allow networks of individuals from the local to participate in a network of the global. Essentially, Facebook could be viewed as the virtual coffee houses of the 21st century. However, social media has become more than just a virtual space where we share our lives on a daily basis and interact with other people regarding global issues. In fact, in the last few years, Facebook has also become a main news source able to converge news from all the online news broadcasting, followed by an individual on his own profile. In the case of the November 2015 Paris attacks, for example, the number of people checking their Facebook home in order to get the most updated news was so high that Facebook decided to activate the safety check feature, which had never been applied to a non-natural disaster until then. According to the 2015 report, The Evolving Role of News on Twitter and Facebook, a clear majority of Facebook users now say that the platform serves as a source for news about events and issues outside the realm of friends and family. Additionally, the number of people getting news from Facebook hits nearly every demographic group. This research is actually showing important data about how use of social media in today's society is changing the way we perceive news, and therefore journalism as well, filling a gap between the idea of getting news in a conventional way in contrast to a more modern one. In 2017, the number of people who got news from Facebook increased even more, going from 62% in 2015 to 67% in 2017. For the first time, the 2017 report found out that the more half of Americans getting their news on Facebook are aged 50 and older, and that non-white people are now even more likely to get their news while on social media. Facebook, however, still remains the main social media site as a source of news. As terror attacks unfolded across Paris, fake news was spreading on the internet. Tens of thousands of people shared a photo of a darkened Eiffel Tower on Twitter, claiming it was the first time that the monument had gone dark since 1889. One of the most viral fake news came after the attacks, when someone doctored a photo of Virender Jubal, a Sikh man who, months ago, had posted a selfie taken in front of a mirror holding an iPad. The image was altered to show Mr. Jubal holding a Quran and wearing a suicide vest. Mr. Jubal's likeness was spread online by Twitter users and journalists, and appeared on the front page of a Spanish newspaper before others began reversing its course. What happened in Paris fits into a pattern of behavior that seems to emerge every time a catastrophe strikes in real time. People will share anything online in order to share something online. In essence, the phenomenon of fake news has grown and gained strength with the growth of social media. It has become even more dangerous thanks to the fact that more and more people only get their news from social media as Facebook or Twitter. Scientists are still debating about possible solutions to tackle fake news, but in the meanwhile, we should learn how to spot them and avoid their spreading. And you? Where do you get your news?